Alright, welcome back to the channel, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. Them say, when trouble take you, pick the boot fit you. Or is it pick the shot fit you? Either way, when you're in trouble, even as an adult, the small shoes of a child, you'll find a way to fit. That's kind of what it means, right? Anyway, let's get past all that. Listen, I'm now convinced that all the dumb stuff that people do, it's never going to stop. Some people will learn from others before them and then decide never to do it. And then others will feel like, I'm too smart to get caught. I could do the same thing, but I'll just do it in a different way. May I remind y'all that the results are almost always the same. And the slim margin of those who actually get away with stuff like this is probably about 0.05% out of 100%. Here we go again. We did a video yesterday about a Haitian who was flown into the United States of America on an airplane. Biden's program decided that they were going to help out some foreign nations that were close by. So Haiti was one of them, and they sent planes to Haiti to pick up people and deliver them into the United States of America so they can get away from war and turmoil in their country. One of those Haitians who came on the plane, 9 months into the United States of America, is charged with triple murder. You can go watch that video, but it does beg for everybody to say, damn, I wonder if Trump was really right, that these countries are sending their worst. We're not getting the lawyers and the doctors and the intellectual individuals and the business owners, proprietors, entrepreneurs. We're not getting the cream of the crop. We're getting the criminals, and we're getting the low bottom scrape part of the barrel when it comes to foreigners from third world countries coming into the U.S. That's something for you to argue about amongst yourself. That's what Trump had really suggested or insinuated. He said it. He said shithole countries, right? Jamaicans were mad as hell, including myself. How dare you call my beautiful island of Jamaica a shithole country? Even though I was raised in the United States of America, I'm still closely connected to the land of my birth. However, when I keep seeing these stories pop up, it kind of make me like, I hate when somebody who I want to be wrong is right, but I have to accept that when they're right, they are right. Now, I don't think Jamaica is sending only messed up people, because we have a lot of people from Jamaica who are successful, who are just law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, hard-working people, raising their families, going about their everyday life and conducting business, entrepreneurs, successful business owners, even people in places like government in the United States of America, leaders in the military, etc., are Jamaicans. So I'm not going to try to use one and two of these bad seeds to cast a shadow over everybody. And that goes for every country that has people in the United States of America. Anyways, let's get right into the story. So, according to the Sheriff's Office of Broward County, BSO case number 90/2502/004262, time 5:45 p.m. February 12th of 2025. Place of offense. This is where the offense took place. It took place at 4100 block of Northwest 21st Street in Lauderhill, Florida. Suspect number one, his name is Tafar I. Elliott, 28 years old. His address was 2920 Northwest 56th Avenue in Lauderhill. He is now in custody with the police officers, Broward County Sheriff Office. Suspect number two, the one that got away, but only got away temporarily because he was caught later, Reese Anglin, 32 years old, January 30th, 1993, I guess that's his birthday, and he's a male of an address of 4160 Northwest 21st Street in Lauderhill, Florida. He is now in custody. May I remind you, or may I inform you, that news out of Jamaica by way of the Jamaica Observer says that Reese Anglin is from Montego Bay, Jamaica. He's from St. James, right? St. James, Montego Bay, Jamaica is what the paperwork says. That's from Jamaica. But going back to what is said at the sheriff's office in the United States of America, here is a description of the incident that is printed on the sheriff's office website in the United States of America. Not what the Jamaica News brought. It says that the second suspect in the officer-involved shooting that occurred Wednesday, February 12th in Lauderhill has been arrested. The second suspect is Reese Anglin because Reese Anglin went on the run. He skibbity bop. He got himself up out of there and take away himself fast and neatly. Here's the thing. I think Tafara Elliott told on Reese Anglin, and that's how they caught Reese Anglin. Not only that, you got to understand that there are cameras in most of these apartment complexes and adjoining streets and lanes and avenues. This is the United States of America. This ain't Jamaica where they're lacking certain resources, right? So it doesn't take much for them to stitch one and one together and start plastering your image all over the place as a wanted person. Plus, you're talking about officer-involved shooting, serious charges. Once they lock you in that room, I said this before and I'll say it again, everybody is gangster. Everybody is 10 toes down. Everybody is, I'll never snitch. Oh, snitches get stitches. I snitch for dead. If you get catch, do your time. Like a real bad man. Everybody is like that until, they're in one of those interrogation rooms and they're saying stuff to you like, well, what you just did is considered attempted murder of a police officer. You're looking at close to life in prison. You might never walk out of a prison again, but we can fix something for you. I know you probably didn't really mean to do it. Give us the other guy that was with you, man. You can't take all this by yourself. You'll be cooperating with us. We'll cut your sentence in half, but he's going to get the full brunt of it because he ran. Or you want to go down for all this by yourself. This is when most people start singing like one of them birds in the bushes that sing so sweet. The description of the incident says, the second suspect is now in custody, has been arrested, according to Broward County Sheriff Office Homicide Unit detectives. Those are detectives who they investigate murders or attempted murders. They said that Reese Anglin was taken into custody without incident on February 14th by Tampa Police Department officers. So, if you understand the logistics of this, Valentine's Day, when lovers are getting their flowers and their balloons and their cards and their chocolates and their I love yous, Reese was busy being arrested all the way in Tampa when what he did was in Lauderhill, Florida. It doesn't take much. You can just Google distance between Tampa and Lauderhill, Florida. From Lauderhill to Tampa, you will see that he traveled quite a distance trying to get away. He was arrested on a warrant that was related to this shooting. Following his arrest, Anglin was booked into the Hillsborough County Jail on 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. Oh my God. 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer? Listen, the type of time that you're looking at for a crime like this, I'm sure Reese did not leave Jamaica thinking this is what I'm picking for myself. On Thursday, February 20th, Anglin was transferred to the Broward main jail. So he is back in Broward. They transferred him back from Tampa, and he is there. This is where they shackle you up. They put you in a van, and they drive you for how many miles like a dog in a dog cage? Because that's how the van looks in the back. This van has 2 doors. There ain't no way you are getting out of this van once they put you in there. It has a cage that's built in the back. It has 2 doors, a double door. They have to open the door from the outside. Then there's another door inside where they have to open that in order to get you out of that metal cage that's in the back. I'm saying this, all that very descriptively to say this. For one, if you're claustrophobic, you're going to lose your mind in the back of one of these vans. For 2, my brothers need to start making better choices, man. You're like coming to the United States of America and volunteering yourself into slavery. That's what you're doing. Because according to the United States of America Constitution, slavery is abolished unless you become property of the state. That's in their constitution. So when you are arrested and you are placed in confinement, you are now property of the state, especially if you're tried and convicted. They can do whatever they want with you, just like how slave masters were able to do whatever they wanted with their slaves. They could chop off the heads of some of them to scare the others. They could torture them. They could do whatever. They could brand them. You're the property of the state. Well, I don't think that's something you want to volunteer for. I don't find it intelligent volunteering for slavery. If me do want to volunteer for slavery, me that stay on my yard. So the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, is now conducting an investigation into the shooting that involved 2 members of law enforcement, a Broward County Sheriff's Office deputy, and a Lauderhill Police Department officer are the 2 people who would have been the victims. According to investigators, around 5:45 p.m. on Wednesday, February 12th, members of the BSO Gang Investigations Task Force, which involves law enforcement members from BSO, Lauderhill, that's Broward County Sheriff's Office, Lauderhill, and other municipals, they were conducting an operation at the Calypso Key Apartments in the 4100 block of Northwest 21st Street in Lauderhill, Florida. May I remind you, though, that there is a huge Caribbean population in Lauderhill, Florida. Matter of fact, lots of Haitians, lots of Jamaicans, lots of other people from others, lots of black folks. Lauderhill, though, is kind of like Jamaica Hill. Matter of fact, that's the nickname for it, Jamaica Hill. There's a lot of Jamaicans there. And subsequently, a lot of those who are less savory character out of Jamaica somehow end up in this area and around this area as well. Put it this way. If you were from certain parts of Jamaica and you had beef in Jamaica and you got a chance to come to the United States of America, I would tell you not to go to Lauderhill. Choose somewhere else to be. Because more than likely, you will eventually buck up in her. You will eventually run into people who are your enemies or friends of your enemies. And then your beef will start all over again. It's happened many times before. Now, during the operation, according to this report, during the operation, 2 armed adult males confronted 2 members of law enforcement and pointed guns at them. Oh, wow. Were these police officers not dressed like police officers? And they thought it was somebody else and they drew down on them? Because I don't see anybody in their right minds pulling guns on uniformed police officers. The BSO deputy, Broward Sheriff Office deputy, drew their weapons, their service duty weapons, identified themselves as law enforcement officers, and issued commands for the 2 subjects to drop their firearms and get on the ground. So, I'm getting that if they had to identify themselves as law enforcement officers, they were probably doing some kind of secret mission, undercover work. And these two individuals probably were like, "Who them boy there? Yo, come we go draw down upon them boy there." And they draw their guns on them, only to find out they drew their guns on two police officers. The two police officers obviously wasn't scared because they drew their guns right back. And they said, "Hey, we're police officers, right? And we're commanding you to put your weapons on the ground now and get down on the ground." Neither of the subjects complied. None of them, Reese or Tafari, did not want to put their guns down and did not put their guns down. Instead, according to the report, both subjects fired off their firearms at the police officers at the same time. Pow, pow, pow! The police officers ducked, returned fire, and one of the persons, armed subjects, Tafari Elliott, was struck, and the other one fled the scene. So while Tafari was struck, you got to think about this, right? You're shot by police officers at the scene. What are they able to gather there? Your DNA. You're bleeding. You just took a gunshot. You're bleeding at the scene, even if you're trying to run, which he was trying to run, even though he got shot. They followed his trail of blood and found where he was hiding. Because he was hiding nearby, he didn't get too far. Responding officers took Elliott into custody within the apartment complex. He was hiding in there, but they still found him. And they began to provide medical aid to him. Yeah, no, this is not like Jamaica where, you get in shootout with police. If you live, the police might just slam you home to heaven. But if you live, or hell, but if you live, the police don't stay there and give you medical attention kind of thing. In the U.S., again, back to the Constitution and back to the laws, even if a person gets into a shootout with a police officer, if the police officer catches the individual, the same police officer you were trying to shoot must render first aid to you and call for emergency services. So they're going to send the ambulance, and then the first aid responders, ambulance people will take it from there, trying to save your life. Because they want to save you so they could put you on trial and then throw you in prison for a very long time, right? Right. So he ran. And while Elliott ran through the complex, he was bleeding. They followed the trail of blood and they caught him. But Reese got away because Reese was faster. And he was then transported to the Broward Medical Health Center. Anglin managed to evade law enforcement until his capture last Friday. Neither law enforcement officers involved in this incident were actually injured. You didn't even get to shoot any of them. And now you're charged with attempted first-degree murder of two law enforcement officers. You're going to be in prison for almost forever. Here's the part. On-scene detectives recovered several firearms. Not one, several firearms. I don't know if they were out there selling guns and drugs and thought that somebody came around their area who was probably trying to rob them or something, and only to find out that it was two undercover police officers. The circumstances of the shooting remain under investigation. FDLE is investigating the use of force aspect of the incident, while BSO, Criminal Investigations Division, is investigating the criminal actions of Elliott and Anglin. Elliott is also facing 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, and he remains hospitalized from the gunshot wounds that he picked up from the police officers. According to Broward Sheriff's Office policy, the deputy that fired his weapon was placed on administrative assignment following the shooting. So, the deputy that fired his weapon, man, they had a lot of restraint because apparently only one of them actually fired their weapon. Now, as far as this goes, first degree attempted murder of 2 police officers. Speaking of, one of them, Reese Anglin, I don't know if Tafari Elliott is Jamaican. I'm guessing he is, though. With a name like Tafari Elliott, he could be from any other Caribbean island also, right? It's very often we link up in the U.S. with other Caribbean individuals. So, Tafari Elliott sounds very Jamaican. I'm not sure. Reese Anglin, however, has been verified out of Jamaica to be from St. James. Because if you read the Jamaica Observer, they released a story saying that the St. James man, Montego-based St. James man, 32-year-old Reese Anglin, has been charged in Florida in the United States of America with attempted murder of 2 police officers. They also give the same information as to where the incident occurred and how it went down as it was reported by the Broward County Sheriff's Office. With that, also though, here's another piece of information that was given. So they are saying that Reese Anglin is in the United States of America illegally. And now that he is in custody, they also have a immigration hold on him. Goes back to what I said in the beginning of the video, right? When they say, or when Donald Trump said these illegals are coming over here doing all this and doing all that, and we're getting the worst of them in these shithole countries. Here we go again with another one. At least the Haitian that did the triple murder yesterday, or we reported on it yesterday, he was flown in. That means they went to his country and put him on a plane, or voluntarily got him on a plane, invited him on a plane, and flew him into the U.S. So I would say his entry is legal. But for Reese Anglin, who is now in custody, they're still trying to figure out how he came into the United States of America. We'll keep you posted on the updated information to this as things unfold. I can't state enough. When you come to the United States of America, please come here putting your best foot forward. There are so many opportunities in this country right here. You can actually live the life of your dreams if you apply yourself properly. No reason to come here and throw away your life, man. Leave your badness and your gun mind and your gangsterism. Leave that in Jamaica. Because guess what? The United States of America is set up completely different from Jamaica when it comes to that. And it's only a matter of time before it all comes crashing down on you. And it's going to be sad because you're going to be young, sitting in U.S. prisons for a long time, watching all your square brethrens. And when I say square, I'm talking about that's what the streets call people who get a 9-to-5. Squares. You're going to be watching your square brethrens get married, find good partners, get married, raise families, accumulate bank amounts by hard work, legal money they don't have to run with. Nothing burns you more than seeing somebody who you know you were more of a go-getter than that person, but you get caught up in the BS, and then you look around and this person has a nice house, 2 nice vehicles in the driveway, a nice spouse, beautiful children. They're able to live freely. They don't have to hide from nobody. You know, family doing cookouts and going beach trips and all that. The life is here for you to live. Live that life and leave the foolishness behind. It's a chance for you to change. It's a chance for you to make your dreams come through. A lot of my brothers in Jamaica say, boy, you know, say I just opportunity man needs still. Well, how come when you get here and you get the opportunity, you don't exercise that? I don't know. Shout out to the ones who do come here and do put their shoulders to the wheel and do make the right choices and do make us proud, right? So we can wave our Jamaican flag and wave all the other Caribbean flags and feel good because we are law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, upstanding citizens doing the right things. The ones them that embarrass themselves and everybody else, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. God go with you. Because me no want go and me can't go. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.